Hey Sophia, so hope life is good, all that stuff. Today I decided to do another Demarco song, but this one's off One Way G, 2019, 1009, I Like Her, or you can just call it I Like Her. It's like 2 minutes long. I'm trying to keep these video lessons like pretty easy, just sort of stuff to kind of, keep your interest in guitar and have something fun to do when you're away from lessons. So let me know how they're coming across. Hopefully you're enjoying them. So anyway, this song has first of all, it has a capo on the 2nd fret, just so you know. And then the other thing is, it's kind of like out of tune in the recording. I can explain why another time, but it sounds dope because of that. But anyway, so my guitar is not going to sound exactly like Mac's, but I think I got it pretty close. Basically what I did was I put on my capo. I have my little clip-on tuner here at the end of my guitar, and I just sort of made each string a little bit more loose. I turned the pitch down a little bit from wherever it was. I felt like that kind of helped give it that vibe. Anyway, so this song, I Like Her, it mostly has just one part going throughout it with a little bit of variation. There's lots of little guitars that are kind of blipping in and out of the song. What I tried to do was condense it all into one guitar part so that it kind of is more satisfying to play and representative of the song. So, without further ado, the chords in the song are mostly G and D. Super easy. And actually, I wouldn't even use a pick if I were just to, let's say I were recording this song at my house. I would totally just use my thumb. Makes it sound way more mellow, which is definitely the vibe. But if you've listened to the song before this lesson, you know that there's some lead guitar stuff, some melodies. They're really, really pretty. Yeah. So what I did was I tried to combine those G and D chords with that melody. The melody goes like this. 3, 4. With chords, it sounds magical. Yeah, there's variations of that melody throughout the song, but I felt like that was a pretty good representation of what most of the guitar playing in I Like Her is. So let's get into it. Like I said, it's based off G. Get in your face now. But what we want to do is we want to try and keep as much of the chord going as we can while we play the melody. So our hand makes some interesting shapes while we do this. So we start with G, as in this is the first note in the melody. Oh yeah, the other thing about this, whenever you do an arrangement for guitar, what you want is you want the melody note to always be the highest note in pitch in the chord. So whenever I play a chord in this song, think of the highest note as part of the melody. Just as an example. So, okay, so we've got, adjust my hand here so you can see. Basically what I did was, I took my index from this A string, and switched it all the way to the low E, or the high E, sorry. It's a really pretty chord all by itself. Yeah, so everything else about G stays the same. So my middle and ring stay in the same place. Take off my pinky, put my index on 2 of high E. So no pinky. And then you might ask, well, what's going on with the A string? I'm muting it. With my middle finger, this one. It's actually not that hard to do. You'll probably do it on your own without even trying to. I'm just touching the A string with the belly of my fingertip. That's right, it's got a belly. All right. So the next chord is D, so we can leave our ring finger down. One thing that I hope you notice here is I'm not strumming all of the D chord actually, even though I'm fingering it. I'm not really strumming this high E string after I get there, because the next note in the melody is this one, 3 on B, which I'm writing a tab for it right now, so I'll send you the tab in the email. So keep that, or look at that as a reference, or while you're doing this lesson. So anyway, remember the melody is. So what we're trying to do is keep that note as the highest note in the chord. I'm trying to make it so my strings show up, but it's not really working very well. There we go. So. You can finger this note or not, but yeah. What I often do is I will just go ahead and finger the whole chord and then just not strum. So don't strum the high E, even though you've got it pushed down. So use discretion with your pick. You don't always have to mute, you don't always have to, change your chord voicing. You can just strum less, strum fewer strings. I'm going to turn down just a little bit of overdrive on this. That's a little better. Okay. Good. All right. So now that we've gotten through the first 2 measures. Third measure, so here's the first 2 measures, I should say. Third measure is the same as the first. And then the fourth measure is different. So here's what's going on. So I'm strumming up to this note on the B string again. And then I'm strumming the high E open, so not pushing anything down. And then I'm hitting the open G. So it sounds like this. You might say, well, why fret the D chord at all? Well, I think it sounds nice in the beginning on the first strum. try to let things ring out and sustain as much as I can when it's just me on guitar, because I don't have a band or a recording, so I want it to sound full. So, here's that measures 3 and 4 up close. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's the gist of the song. I would suggest maybe not playing along with the recording, because trying to sound in tune with the recording will drive you crazy. At least it did me. Okay, and then the last thing, it's not the last thing in the song, but it's the last thing I have time for in this lesson, sadly. Is the chorus is basically the same. I think there might be something a little different at the end. I hear maybe one of these guys, or one of these guys, E7. But I can't quite place it, and I'm running out of time. Okay, anyway. When he says, "and I like her," and I like her. I actually don't remember how the vocal part goes. It's just C to G. It's like a minute in. You could play it like me. So what I'm doing is, with this G chord, is I am simply not strumming these other, or the high E. Just fingering these 2 bottom notes and then a couple open strings afterward. No muting. Just picking. Nope. That's it. Okay. And I like it.